Kurama. Alright, let's be real. When we talk about deadly summoning creatures in Naruto, of course we have to start with Kurama. This guy is a walking catastrophe with fur. Imagine a giant fox, like mountain-sized, with blood-orange fur, 9 tails whipping through the air like chakra-charged battering rams, and eyes that scream, "I hate everything, including you." That's Kurama. He is danger. His chakra, practically limitless. You could power a whole shinobi nation off one yawn from him. Kurama was created by the Sage of Six Paths, Hagoromo Otsutsuki, when he split the 10 tails chakra into 9 pieces. And out of all of them, Kurama came out as the undisputed king, the goat of tailed beasts, stronger than the first 7 Bijuu combined. Kurama has a personality, grumpy, sarcastic, and prideful. Think of him as a chakra-powered cat, if that cat could launch Bijuu bombs the size of small planets. Yeah, Kurama's special move? That big old ball of condensed chakra known as the Bijuu Dama, and he can fire them like rapid fire, Gatling gun style. Each one could flatten a mountain, literally. Back in the day, Madara Uchiha slapped a Susanoo over Kurama and sent him to fight Hashirama. That clash, it was so insane it reshaped the terrain and created the Valley of the End. Yeah, a battlefield so intense, the land itself quit. Later, Obito let him loose on Konoha like an unhinged kaiju to watch the world burn. Sadly, we never have a chance to watch the full fight between Hashirama and Madara. But the best part of Kurama's story? His redemption arc. Over time, he goes from being a walking weapon of mass destruction to Naruto's greatest partner. Together, they defeat 5-tailed beasts at once during the 4th Great Ninja War. And let's not forget, in Sage Mode, Naruto's connection with Kurama boosts both their power to absurd levels. These legendary creatures shape the ninja world, and we're just getting started uncovering them all. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the most fearsome summons, don't forget to like and subscribe. With your support, we're on the path to 25,000 subscribers, and your click brings us one step closer. Help us grow this shinobi village of anime lovers. Now, Sage Art, 100 Arm Cannon. Okay, so, Kurama was scary, sure. But what if I told you someone once punched the Susanoo-coated Kurama into submission? Enter Hashirama Senju, aka the god of shinobi, and his ridiculous, over-the-top summon, the Sage Art, 100 Arm Cannon. Now, imagine a statue, a really big one. Now make it taller than a mountain, with 1,000 arms, each ready to throw haymakers strong enough to break dimensions. That's the 100 Arm Cannon. It doesn't walk, it descends. When this thing appears, the battlefield becomes a drum set, and your face is the drum. This summon isn't your average boss fight. It's what happens when Hashirama gets serious. It's built entirely from wood release, powered by Sage Mode, and let's be honest, only Hashirama's absurd chakra pool can bring this monster to life. Anyone else trying this jutsu would pass out halfway through and wake up in the afterlife, probably getting yelled at by the first Hokage for even trying. So what makes this thing so lethal? Simple, the punches. Hundreds of fists raining down like a divine tsunami, each one with the force of a natural disaster. It cracked Madara's full-body Susanoo. This was Hashirama showing the entire shinobi world. Hey, remember who the real top dog is. So if Kurama is nuclear, this is the hand of God, literally dropping 100 fists of judgment. No genjutsu, no teleportation. Hashirama didn't need strategy, he was the strategy. Fukasaku and Shima. Alright, let's shift gears. We've seen the giants, the destroyers, the gods. Now let's talk about 2 tiny frogs. Yes, frogs, who might be the most dangerous support summons in the entire series. Fukasaku and Shima, the toad sages of Mount Myoboku. These two don't look like much at first glance. One's green, the other's yellow. They're small, they argue, a lot, but don't let their bickering fool you. These two are ancient, wise, and more deadly than most giant summons. First off, they train Jiraiya and Naruto in Sage Mode, and when they're summoned together, they ride on your shoulders and do something absurdly broken. They gather nature energy for you in battle. That's right, they're like living battery packs for Sage Mode. Normally, you have to stand still to charge up nature chakra. Not with these two. You can keep fighting while they refill your meter. Talk about busted. But that's not even the scary part. Oh no, The scary part is the frog song. Sounds cute, right? It's not. This genjutsu uses their voices. When they sing together, anyone who hears it gets paralyzed. Not dizzy, not sleepy. Paralyzed. Pain himself got caught in it. Pain, the guy with the Rinnegan and multiple bodies. Yeah, the frog song is that broken. And hey, don't underestimate their strength. Fukasaku once lifted Gamabunta, a giant toad the size of a skyscraper, and threw him. Shima sliced a giant chameleon in half with her tongue like it was sushi. Their moment of glory? Helping Jiraiya fight pain. Their support allowed Jiraiya to hold his ground and even take down multiple paths of pain. Without them, Jiraiya would have been toad stew in under a minute. So, yeah, they might look like grumpy grandparents from an anime retirement village, but in truth, Fukasaku and Shima are the ultimate battlefield support unit. Equal parts brain, brawn, and bedtime lullaby genjutsu. Shinagami. Now, you might think the scariest summons are the giant beasts, the flashy explosions, or something with 9 tails and a grudge. But what if I told you there's a summon that doesn't roar, doesn't smash things, but guarantees someone's dying the moment it shows up? Welcome to the nightmare that is the Shinagami, the literal god of death. This thing creeps in from the shadows, cloaked in rags, wearing a demonic mask that looks like it came straight from a horror movie. And when it appears, like your soul knows something bad is about to happen, and it's usually right. The Shinagami is summoned using one of the most forbidden techniques in the Naruto world, the dead demon consuming seal. And here's the catch, you can only use it if you're cool with dying too. Yeah, the moment you call it, your soul is part of the deal. Here's how it works. The Shinagami reaches into your body with a ghostly hand, then dives straight into your opponent's soul and rips it out. No dodging, no blocking, no chakra shield nonsense. It's a soul-for-soul trade. The only way to undo this seal is through a secret Uzumaki mask, and even then, you're messing with literal spiritual prison logic. Now, the moments when this summon shows up, they're legendary. First, there's Minato, sealing half of Kurama into baby Naruto. 1 minute, he's fighting a literal demon fox. The next, he's giving up his life, pulling the ultimate Uno reverse on Obito. Then we've got Hiruzen, the third Hokage, using the seal to take down reanimated Hashirama and Tobirama during the Konoha Crush. The man stood tall, out of breath, dying, and still sealed away 2 Hokage. So, yeah, the Shinagami doesn't roar or punch. It shows up and ruins lives, quietly, permanently. If this thing appears, someone's definitely not making it out alive, and chances are, neither are you. Ghetto Mazo. Alright, you thought Kurama was bad? Wait till you meet his older, creepier cousin, the Ghetto Mazo. It's the corpse of the 10 tails, chained up and sealed away because literally no one wanted it wandering around. It's got empty eyes, giant limbs bound in metal, and an aura that says, "I hate everything and I'm hungry." Summoning this thing is no small feat. You need the Rinnegan, and better yet, you need the chakra of both the Senju and Uchiha. It's for madmen like Nagato and Obito, who thought, yeah, let's bring back the world's biggest battery of evil. And what does the Ghetto Mazo do? Oh boy. First off, it absorbs chakra like a black hole. It literally sucks the life force out of anything in range. That alone would be terrifying. But then it also fires off shockwaves and lightning storms that obliterate anything in its path. Picture a kaiju, but it casts area of effect jutsu like it's farming mobs in an MMO. Now, here's the spicy part. When Nagato lost Yahiko, he went full rage mode and summoned Ghetto Mazo on Hanzo's army. What happened next? Massacre. Hundreds of trained shinobi, gone in seconds. Fast forward to the 4th Great Ninja War. Obito brings it out like it's a casual tool. The allied shinobi forces throw everything at it. Giant earth walls, Choza-sized tanks, and nothing works. The statue keeps marching forward, shooting lightning like Zeus, and casually wiping out platoons like it's Monday morning. Ghetto Mazo isn't free. It drains its summoner, turning them into an emaciated wreck. That's why Obito never used it for too long. He wanted power, not early retirement. Gengetsu's giant clam. Okay, this next one? It's not giant, it's not fast, it doesn't bite or breathe fire. But somehow, it's one of the most annoying and deadly summons you'll ever see. Gengetsu's giant clam. Yeah, you heard me. A clam. Sounds harmless, right? Like it should be hanging out in a seafood market? Wrong. This thing is an illusion machine. Once summoned, it hides itself in a thick mist, creating a massive area-wide genjutsu. It messes with your mind. You think you're attacking Gengetsu? Nope, just his illusion. You throw kunai, jutsu, maybe even a Rasengan, and nothing lands. Why? Because the real Gengetsu is chilling inside the Clam, laughing and dropping sneak attacks while you chase ghosts. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, this one summon managed to confuse and stall an entire division of the Allied forces. Not a squad, a division. Dozens of shinobi were stuck slashing air like confused tourists in a funhouse mirror. What's worse, Gengetsu literally tells them how to beat him. He's like, guys, hit the Clam. And they still couldn't find it. Why? Because the Clam was invisible. Genjutsu on top of Genjutsu. It took Gaara and Onoki, two Kage-level legends, combining their brains and powers to finally end the illusion. And even then, Gengetsu wasn't done. He smiled and said, "Took you long enough." Ibuse. So up next we have a salamander, but not your cute garden variety kind. No, this is Ibuse, Hanzo's personal war machine covered in armor plates and breathing poison like a medieval chemical weapon. If you ever wondered what it'd be like to fight a gas grenade with teeth, this is it. Ibuse doesn't charge at you. It doesn't roar for intimidation. It takes a deep breath and floods the battlefield with paralyzing poison mist. No color, no warning, just instant numbness. One breath from Ibuse and your muscles stop working. Unless you brought the antidote, you've got about 5 minutes to write your will with your teeth. Hanzo, of course, is totally immune, because of course he is. That's what made him terrifying. He'd stroll through his own poison like it's a pleasant spring breeze, while everyone else chokes and collapses. It's one of the main reasons why he was able to take on the 3 legendary Sannin all by himself and walk away. But Ibuse also a predator. He can burrow underground, swallow enemies whole, and then let the poison do the work from the inside. Brutal. The only drawback? He needs a 5-minute cooldown after each poison release. You know, like a boss fight with a painfully predictable attack cycle. Gamabunta. Alright, let's talk about someone who's both deadly and has 0 patience. Gamabunta, chief of the Toad Clan, master of the Tanto Sword, and the only summon who will sass you while saving your life. This dude is massive, like skyscraper-sized, wears a samurai vest, smokes a pipe, carries a blade bigger than most buildings, and if you're not someone he respects, good luck getting him to do anything. Naruto once summoned him without warning, and Bunta was this close to squashing him on principle. But when Bunta actually fights, oh boy, he's an absolute unit. He's got 3 core weapons, a giant tanto, which he swings like a butter knife, oil bullets, which can be combined with fire style to torch entire battlefields, and high-pressure water blasts that could knock over a forest. Combine that with his physical strength, and you've got a summon that can stand toe-to-toe with tailed beasts. Case in point, he fought Shukaku, the One-Tail. Not only did he block its attacks, he sliced off one of its arms. He held his own until Naruto stepped in with that signature plot armor. Then there's the time Minato summoned Gamabunta during the Nine Tails attack. Yeah, imagine riding a toad into battle against Kurama. Sounds insane, right? But Bunta grabbed hold of Kurama's massive body, wrestled him to the ground, and gave Minato enough time to pull off the sealing jutsu. Gamabunta's also shown up in the biggest moments. The Pain Invasion, the 2nd and 4th Shinobi Wars, all the major Sannin fights. The guy's basically the boss you call when the apocalypse is knocking. And sure, he complains a lot, but deep down, he's a ride or die. If he does respect you, he's all in. Manda 2. You know who wasn't all in? Manda, the original snake summon. That guy only worked for Orochimaru if there were human sacrifices involved, and even then, he still grumbled about it. So when Orochimaru's weird science buddy Kabuto showed up with Manda 2, things escalated fast. Manda 2 is the upgraded version, bigger, tougher, meaner, created from the DNA of the original Manda, but injected with science to make him look like a boss in a kaiju movie. This snake could probably coil around a continent if he wanted to. First off, he's got massive physical strength, enough to squeeze an entire island, literally. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, Manda II wrapped around Turtle Island, where Naruto was training, and started crushing it. You know how hard it is to shake an island? Manda too treated it like a stress ball. Then there's his shedding technique. Like the original Manda, he can shed his skin to avoid fatal attacks. It's like teleporting with a snake-themed special effect. He left behind a skin suit and slithered off to insult you from behind. And the best part? He does not talk, probably because Kabuto designed him to be more obedient. Or maybe because even Kabuto knew, if this snake could talk, it would demand royalties. Katsuyu. Now, I know what you're thinking. A slug? Really? After all those kaiju-level monsters? But hold up, Katsuyu might be the most underrated legend in the summoning world. She's not here to destroy villages, she's here to save them. Katsuyu is the royal slug of Shikotsu Forest, and yes, I get it. Slugs aren't exactly intimidating. But when this girl shows up, she's the size of a stadium and can split into thousands of clones. Each one can slither to a fallen ally, stick onto them, and pump chakra-based medical ninjutsu straight into their bloodstream. She's like an ambulance that reproduces infinitely, and is made of goo. She's mainly summoned by Tsunade and Sakura, and let's be honest, without her, half the allied shinobi forces would have died 5 minutes into the war. During the Pain Invasion, Katsuyu literally covered the entire Leaf Village, shielding villagers from the Shinra Tensei like a squishy, healing blanket of love. And don't think she's all hugs and healing. Katsuyu can also spit acid strong enough to melt stone, though she rarely uses it, probably because she's a pacifist. Or maybe because it's too easy. Either way, it's there, lurking in her arsenal like a boss mode secret move. Her most impressive feat? During the Fourth Great Ninja War, she helped heal thousands of shinobi at once, communicating with every piece of her scattered body through chakra. While everyone else was throwing Rasen Shuriken and flaming swords, Katsuyu was in the back, holding the entire army together, literally. MultiHeaded Hound. Okay, we've reached nightmare territory. The multi-headed hound summoned by the animal path of pain is like someone took Cerberus, dipped it in chakra, and gave it unlimited lives. This thing doesn't die. It multiplies. It starts off with one head. You land a hit? Boom, now it's got 2. Hit it again? It's 3. It's like fighting a monster made of insurance fraud. The more damage it takes, the worse it gets. This summon is pure Rinnegan nonsense. Big, heavy, terrifying. Each head with glowing red eyes and a mouth full of your funeral. And when you think you've got it cornered, it splits into multiple versions of itself, all regenerating like chakra-fueled cockroaches. Normal jutsu don't work. Rasen Shuriken? Nope. Taijutsu? Good luck. The only way to deal with it is Amaterasu or sealing. Otherwise, you're feeding it power. During the Pain Invasion arc, this beast went up against Gamabunta, Gamaken, and Gamahiro at once. That's 3 of the biggest toads in the series, and they still couldn't pin it down. It tanked direct hits and kept coming, turning the battlefield into a giant game of whack-a-head. Its other major moment, when Jiraiya fought Pain in Amagakure. Even with all his experience, he had to pull out his frog stomach dimension to seal this thing. And even then, it almost slipped out. This summon is terrifying because it breaks the rules. In a world where every creature eventually falls, this dog gets stronger with every hit. Which is great if you're into nightmares and existential dread. Enma. You want cool? Let me give you cool. Enma is the kind of summon that shows up in a cloud of smoke and makes everyone else feel underdressed. He's not massive like Gamabunta. He's not demonic like Kurama. But Enma is pure, refined swagger. The Monkey King, summoned by Hiruzen Sarutobi, Enma has sharp yellow eyes, silver-white fur, and the calm energy of someone who's been through 1,000 wars and still shows up on time. But here's the kicker, Enma's main ability? He transforms into a staff the adamantine staff, a weapon so tough that it can't be broken or bent. This thing extends, contracts, and hits harder than your bad life decisions. It tanked attacks from the Kusanagi blade, Orochimaru's favorite cursed sword. And when he's not a weapon, he throws hands. Literally. Enma's strength rivals that of the first Hokage's reanimated corpse, and he straight up punched Edo Tensei Hashirama like it was another Tuesday. He also protected Hiruzen during his final battle, blocking Orochimaru's blade, pushing back the Nine Tails, and sticking with the third Hokage until the very last breath. He fought with honor. Loyalty, wisdom, and brute strength, all rolled into one monkey-shaped package. Plus, come on, he's clearly inspired by Sun Wukong, the legendary Monkey King from Journey to the West. And in Naruto, that means he's old school and OP, no flashy jutsu, no gimmicks. Nueve. Last but definitely not least, we have Newway, the only summon on this list that doesn't even come from the main Naruto timeline. Nope, this one's straight out of Boruto, and it's freaky in all the best ways. New looks like someone took a dog, a monkey, and a snake, blended them together, dyed the result black and white, and gave it glowing eyes. It's weird, it's scary, and somehow it's still adorable in a cursed kind of way. Created through dark scientific experiments by the twisted Tanuki Shigaraki, Newway is tied to a girl named Sumire Kake. But unlike most summons, Newway bonded to her, as in it feeds on her chakra and can even fuse with her for extra power. Talk about unhealthy relationships. What makes Newway dangerous? It's psychic terror. This thing can create illusions, manipulate minds, and suck out chakra like it's slurping smoothies. During its rampage at the Ninja Academy, it had teachers and students alike panicking. And trust me, when even Boruto has to stop playing cool to fight something, you know it's a threat. The fusion ability makes things worse. Once Newway and Sumire link up, it becomes faster, deadlier, and way harder to damage. They practically become one entity. It's kinda sweet, but also absolutely horrifying. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.